Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Repeater. My name is Evan.
And I'm Pat.
And today we have a live episode for you featuring Chrissy Shackelford, a writer and performer on Wyatt Cenac's Problem Areas. Chrissy joins us to talk about the Jewel song, Near You Always.
Our musical guest for this episode is Harlem-based musician April K. April K is part of an artist collective known as Imanigold. April was on the show to play a wonderful cover of Jewel's song.
And just like that Jewel song, we want to be near you always. So please do subscribe to our show if you don't subscribe already. And maybe follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Repeater Show.
And we'd love to be near your friends always. So be sure to tell them if you think they'd like this episode.
And just like that Jewel song, we want to be near you always. So do us a favor and subscribe to us if you haven't already. And follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Repeater Show.
And you know what? We'd love to be near your friends always. So if you could tell them, tell a couple of them, tell several of them, that would be wonderful.
It would be so wonderful. But to you, thanks for being here. This is Repeater. For right now, let's please give a warm round of applause to our guest for the evening, Chrissy Shackelford. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, thank you.
Hello.
Hello. My microphone has a scrunchie.
Yeah. Extra soft.
Thanks for getting this microphone extra soft for me.
No problem.
What's up? You guys are looking at me very expectantly.
No. Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Are you okay?
I'm going to be a horrible podcast guest. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm like a little hungover still.
Cool.
Yeah,
Sunday.
very cool. Very
Good
cool.
job.
Alcohol is poison.
Yeah.
It's poison. Every time after I drink, I wake up and I'm like, that I drank poison last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a crazy thing that we find like something that's just the safe amount of poison. And then we drink a lot of it all the time.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Let's kick off by talking about something we've been listening to lately. Cool.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. I have had a lot of work to do. So at work, I've been doing a lot of ambient music, which means
Ambient music?
Ambient music. Yeah.
Topical.
Topical.
Yep.
Yeah. You haven't
Topical.
said anything really bad and stupid. have you?
I haven't said anything racist, which
Right,
is good.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Give him a round of applause.
The music cannot be blamed.
Can I just fire myself from this show?
Yeah, you can actually.
Probably.
I'm probably not going to
Seems
do
like
it,
it's a
but
volunteer position.
But on a lighter note, I've been listening to this cool pop punk band called Retirement Party.
cool.
Which is, it sounds made up too. But no, they're great. And I don't know, I like them a lot. It's just a lot of fun. I don't remember the name of the song I was going to talk about, but it's like a good, just like chanting song, and it's fun.
I love
Wait, you
It's
said
fun.
it's pop punk?
Yeah.
But you got into it by listening to ambient music?
No,
Oh.
it's
was
just
just
the
a-
way that my mind works. I jump from like,
Oh, got it.
I need to not hear anything and just like the sounds of wind. And then I'm like, I need to pretend like I'm in high school again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you go to Warped Tour?
Once.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I saw,
I'm a 6-time vet.
Oh, fuck you. I've been three times.
oh man.
3 years in a row.
Yeah.
17, 18, 19.
Yep.
The only bands I remember seeing at Warped Tour were Flogging Molly, Taking Back Sunday, and Anti-Flag,
Nice.
which
Wow.
was a bizarre combination.
We had different Warped Tour experiences. Mine was like Meg and Dia. You know, it's just two sisters who have harmonies.
Wow.
Yeah, and Paramore.
Yeah.
Obviously.
See,
Yeah, that
that
makes
sounds
sense.
like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was very fun. I actually passed out at Warped Tour once.
Ooh, you're one of those.
I was one of those, yeah. I was a little bitch who didn't know how to hydrate. Yeah, it was at Say Anything, if anyone remembers that band. Woo. That's the most they're gonna get now. So I was waiting at the front with my high school boyfriend, who, embarrassingly enough, is named Donald. His name was Donald, and if just imagine what a 16-year-old named Donald is like. And that's who
I
he
knew
was.
one and didn't like him that much.
What?
I knew one. A 16-year-old named Donald. I knew one.
Really?
Yeah.
It's very specific.
Donald McCarthy.
McCarthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like an asshole.
Yeah, he was.
That sounds like not a good person. But yeah, they started and I was waiting. I wanted to be near the front. The first song they came on, everyone started moshing.
Mm-hmm.
Say Anything is like not a mosh band. And so everyone's jumping around me. And I was waiting because I wanted to be close to, hear their songs about love. And I just immediately passed out. But my boyfriend caught me. And he got me out of there and he sat me down on a curb and he said, "Drink this water."
Pretty good. Pretty good
That's
boy.
it. I mean, he wasn't a great guy. His name was Donald. He just said, "Drink this water." And I was fine.
I went to the 10-year anniversary of Is a Real Boy. So as an adult, I went and saw Say Anything.
Wow. What was it like?
It was a lot of dudes my age holding on for glory, I think.
Okay.
It was also the 15 year, it was a co-tour. I think it was the 15 year of what am I thinking? Saves the Days album.
In Reverie?
No, what's the one with Shoulder to the Wheel on it? Through Being Cool, I think.
Oh.
So it was just a full tour of nostalgia.
But see, that seems fun to me.
It was.
What seems fucked up is the fact that Panic at the Disco is still 14-year-olds now still like Panic at the Disco.
Yeah, that's weird.
Which makes me feel grossed out for them.
Yeah.
Because they're too old for that.
For
Not
sure.
the 14-year-olds, the Panic at the Disco.
Right.
They should be a nostalgia band only. They should be like our generation's Three Doors Down, Matchbox 20, where everyone loses their fucking shit over Matchbox 20. And I'm like, who gives? That's what Panic at the Disco should be.
Yeah.
Well, and Fall Out Boy are still going.
Yeah.
Just ridiculous.
You mean Panic at the Disco Senior?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, Panic at the Disco, I feel like that dude just ripped off how Patrick Stump and Fall Out Boy sings.
Okay.
And it was and they were just 4 years later. They were 4 years later and just were doing the same thing that they were doing.
That's pretty fair.
Yeah.
That's okay. I saw Fall Out Boy in concert as well once.
Nice.
Yeah. How was that?
Oh, so fun. That bass player, that little Pete Wentz, he was
the hottie.
flipping all over the stage. I was never attracted to
Okay.
him, but I was it's very fun to watch him just flip off the drum stand,
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
That's very
That was
fun.
his deal. That was his whole thing. It was oh, isn't this a crazy band where the bass player is more personality than the lead singer? It's I guess so, but shouldn't your lead singer have a little bit more personality?
Well, he's the face of that band, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was on One Tree Hill
Really?
as himself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was I don't know if any One Tree Hill fans out there, but I got a deep knowledge. So Peyton Sawyer was really into music, the character of Peyton Sawyer. Mm-hmm. She met Pete Wentz on the Sun-Kissed tour that was happening in the show. And she started dating Pete Wentz for a couple episodes. He was a horrible actor. In one episode, he randomly showed up at a cabin house. That's about it. He was a couple episodes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he was in a set of episodes.
Yeah. I would say recurring
character.
Yeah.
Recurring character.
Yeah. That's very fun for him.
That's great.
Yeah. The song that I was going to talk about, I've been listening a lot to, is Weezer's recent cover of Africa by Toto.
Whoa, shit! I
Yeah.
haven't heard it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's pretty good. But the story behind it's really cool. Have you heard about this at all?
No.
So this, I think now 15, maybe 14-year-old girl 6 months ago just started a Twitter campaign solely around trying to get Weezer to cover Africa. And she was just tweeting at them all the time. That's what her Twitter handle was Weezer Africa or something like that. And 6 or 7 months later, they released the song.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a week before that, they released they trolled her by releasing a different Toto cover,
That's really
which is
funny.
pretty fucking hilarious. Because I think her replies were even like, "Whoa, like I accomplished my goal, but almost in just like a different adjacent way. I guess my work here is done." And then a week later, like they released the actual cover that she'd been asking for.
What was the first cover?
What's the name of that damn song? I don't
So
know.
Hold the Line?
No, Rosanna. That's what it is. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, nice.
And that was a good cover too. That's a good song.
Good job, Weezer.
Yeah, good job, Weezer. They definitely. I feel like I'm like, oh, you're an internet band. You're cool. Like you're reading the internet. You're staying in touch. Band? Like they care. Like they're in touch at least with like what their fans are doing online.
Okay.
Which like, you know, for a bunch of 40 somethings, like they could not give a shit. You know, they have plenty of a career.
That's true.
Yeah.
You got to give it up for people who give a shit. I love that. Am I supposed to say something I've been listening to recently?
Yeah. What have you been listening to?
Well, okay. Okay. So I'm trying to think. What I do is I just listen to Discover Weekly, and then if I like a song, I add it to the play. I just have playlists on my Spotify that are just the year it is. So I have 2018 is the playlist now, and I just add any song that I like onto it. And a song that popped up on my Discover Weekly was Janelle Monáe's song with Grimes. Mm-hmm. And I think it's called Pink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so good. But I will say I had never heard of Grimes until I saw that she was dating Elon Musk. But I heard about that before I saw this song. So I was seeing all this shit with like Grimes dating Elon Musk, and they looked like fucking vampires at the Met Gala. I'm sorry, am I allowed to curse?
Oh yeah.
Okay. They look like fucking vampires. And I was like, this looks very strange. I want no part in anything those two are selling me. And then I saw this song pop up on my Discover Weekly, and I was like, damn, this song's really good. And I guess I love Grimes now because she was a part of it.
Yeah. Grimes is good.
That's the only song I've listened to.
Yeah.
Grimes. But that song's really good. And the whole new Janelle Monáe album is also very good.
It's incredible.
Yeah. It's wonderful.
Okay, don't attack me.
No, I love it. That was a song that I referenced like a couple shows ago.
Oh, well,
it's so
okay.
good.
Well, now I feel like an asshole.
No.
Sorry.
Just what's good is good.
Okay, cool.
Were you like tuned into the Met Gala or?
You know, I've never been someone to be tuned into the Met Gala. I think people really define their personality around the Met Gala, and I am not that person. There are people who watch it live. I didn't even realize that was a thing you could do until this year. Mm-hmm. But I do like to look at the pictures afterwards. And I thought Rihanna was beautiful. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think who else was there. One of my favorite things was, so Lena Waithe wore that big rainbow flag drape. Yeah, that ruled. And my favorite thing about that is I think it was Dakota Fanning or something. In a photo of Dakota Fanning, who was wearing a very plain like white dress, you just see, like on the other side of the press wall, Lena Waithe was behind her. So you just see like a giant rainbow flag behind Dakota Fanning, who's just like, I'm here. I think that was my favorite photo from the Met Gala.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Gotta
you guys should check out the Met Gala.
Yeah.
Tune in.
I went to the exhibit, I guess that it was kind of like promoting this Catholic fashion exhibit.
What'd you wear?
Probably what I'm wearing right now. I was with my dad, so
cool.
Just chilling. But it's an interesting exercise, and like it's all like modern takes on Catholic inspired stuff. So it's just a lot of like really kind of hot and cool looking nuns outfits. It's weird.
Wow.
And like here's what a priest would be like if it was designed in Milan and looked super fucking cool. And yeah.
We're really running out of stuff to redesign.
Yeah.
It's
a lot of like oppressive outfits done very like kind of modern and sexy. It's weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll wear it.
What song did you want to talk about tonight?
Okay, so the song I chose to talk about tonight is Near You Always by Jewel.
Yes. Let's listen to a clip of it.
Okay.
Right now. Beautiful.
Feels 100% embarrassing to listen to this with a group of people.
It's okay. They're not going to be able to catch every lyric that's going on.
I've only ever listened to this song alone. This is so vulnerable.
Immediately regretting the decision.
Immediately regretting.
Well, guess what? It's already over. We made it through, everybody.
We did it.
Yeah, give it up.
Wow.
Give it up.
Beautiful.
Huge.
Oh, shit.
And now we're going to guess why you picked that.
Okay, cool. Go for it. Literally go for it. I'm an open book.
I have no idea. And I think that you got this CD in elementary school and you had saved up money from doing chores and it was your first CD. She's like, I've never done a chore.
Doing chores?
Please.
I'm rich as hell. No, I did chores. I did chores.
You kicked down that door to Tower Records and this is what you gotten for.
Am I supposed to confirm or deny? Or
I'll go.
Okay.
I mean, I know I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So.
I will. Let's guess that you had like a 15, like roughly around 15. Someone gave you an acoustic guitar, and you were like, "I'm going to learn how to play this damn thing." You tried for like maybe 6 months tops, but you wanted to learn a Jewel song, one especially that reminded you of someone that you liked at that time, and you had like these, dreams of maybe singing it to them, but God, you were never going to learn that fucking song on guitar, so you gave up pretty quick. That's my guess.
Okay, can I tell you the real answer?
Yes, please.
You guys are both kind of right.
Whoa.
Ooh.
It was not my first CD, but I did listen to the CD, Pieces of You.
Yeah.
Pieces of You. I always get confused with Ashley Simpson, Pieces of Me.
Yes.
Which was also a very formative album for me.
Both, I would say, musically equivalent and both highly regarded.
Huge. I mean, I thought about picking an Ashley Simpson song, and then I was like, don't be that girl. But now you might have been regretting Jewel. Okay. So I got Pieces of You in elementary school. I think I was like 8 or 9, maybe. But I didn't buy it. I think it was like my sister's CD that I found. I think she listened to it in her car a lot. I don't have a lot of like specifics for you on how I got the CD, but I used to listen to it in my room a lot. I'll get to the importance in a minute, but you're kind of right in the fact that like, oh yeah, baby, at 15, I got an acoustic guitar. It was like 15 or 16. I asked for an acoustic guitar. And as we know, I'm really rich, so I got it. No, it was just very cheap. It was very cheap. I don't know if anyone ever saw those infomercials for like Esteban teaches you classical guitar, where you get all the books that teach you how to play classical guitar, and you get a really fucking cheap guitar with it. So I got that. And I already loved the song Near You Always, but I learned how to play Near You Always on the guitar. That was like the number one song I wanted to learn.
Wow.
And it's very easy.
Yeah.
It's just like ding, 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 ding. It's very simple.
Love it.
So you're both kind of right.
Okay.
Wow. I think that's a first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm just really basic too.
But maybe why has this song stuck around, or why did this occur to you as a song you wanted to talk about?
So this song is, I feel like it's very, my likening to it is very ethereal, in that I feel like listening to the Jewel album. So I'm the youngest of 3 kids, and we're all very far apart in age. I'm 10 years younger than my sister, and I'm 5 years younger than my brother. And both my parents worked, so I was like alone a lot as a child, which is fine. Literally, do not cry for me. I'm doing well as an adult. But I like really embraced being alone and like loved being in my room. And I still to this day, like just like love being in my room. Any room I have, if I live in an apartment, I don't like my room, I'm going to freak the fuck out and I'll probably move because I like need a space to be alone. And I feel like listening to the Jewel CD when I was 9, I realized like, oh yeah, I'm sensitive, which is also the name of a song on the Jewel CD.
Oh yeah, I'm sensitive.
Sorry, no, it's just called I'm sensitive, but oh yeah, I'm sensitive is a really good
that sounds like
title
an Ashley
for me.
Simpson song.
Oh yeah, I'm sensitive. Very good Ashley Simpson song. But I feel like I had no life experience at 9. You know, I should not have been relating to Jewel. There was no one in my life that I thought of for Near You Always at the age of 9. It's like a very emotional love song. I had no one I was interested in. But I did like, I just felt like, oh my God, this girl's so weird. And she's like so sensitive. And her voice is so weird. Even though it's not, it's very normal. But I think as a child, when you're just used to, I think the first CD I had before that was Britney Spears. And then like Kids Bop. I feel like Jewel was like kind of the first maybe adult artist that I listened to that I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to be a, like weird, sensitive girl when I grow up. And I think an interesting is like, I love this song and it's like such a love song, but I've never equated it to anyone I've dated. Even though, and I've dated a lot of people, okay? I'm rich and I fuck. Thank
Give it up. You're just like Jewel.
Like Jewel, I'm rich and I fuck. Yeah, so I've never equated it to anyone I've dated, even though it's like so much a love song. You know, like when you make mixed CDs in high school, you're always putting songs on them. And I like never put this one on for any of the like mixes I made for my crushes.
Well, I feel like lots of times those songs, you know, it's almost, it's not arbitrary when a song lines up with a person, but it's sort of just like a luck of timing. You probably heard the song somewhere within the time period that you knew them or met them or something like that. And if you have a song lots of times from, especially when you're younger and little, it's like, it just doesn't, the association's not there when somebody new steps into your life, right?
Yeah. As much as I love the lyric that's in the song, which is like, oh God, this is so fucking vulnerable. Your hands are in my hair, but my heart is in your teeth. I remember loving that line when I was a kid and I still love it now. I think it's like so stupid, but pretty. That is not an emotion I've ever felt towards anyone. That metaphor is never like played out in life where I'm like, yeah, I feel so raw. I feel like my heart's just in your teeth. Like you could squash my heart at any minute. Like I guess that's not how I am in a relationship.
Right.
So maybe that's another reason why I'm like, the lyrics just don't apply to the types of relationships.
Sure. Probably for the better at that point.
Isn't there some other lyric that's like, it's almost about like, don't give me flowers because every scent or bloom will like contain something of you, something like that.
Oh, I don't remember.
I don't know.
I don't remember that.
I kind of just got into the song this week. So.
Cool. So even though I referenced Spotify earlier, I don't pay for Spotify Premium because I'm very
rich.
cheap. So this morning I was like, I should get into the mood for this show. But I was like out and about. So I just, I listened to Pandora on my phone as my way to get around having Spotify Premium. So I went to the Jewel Pandora station. Yeah. First song to pop up was Near You Always.
Whoa.
Serendipitous.
Second song was Building a Mystery by Sarah McLachlan.
Wow.
Yeah, that sounds spot on.
And damn, that was a good two-hitter.
Yeah. I remember this Jewel album being like crazy popular.
Yeah.
Right? It's got like 3 pretty big hits on it.
Yeah.
At least.
You've got, Who Will Save Your Soul, I believe is in this album. Okay, so that's huge.
Huge.
The weirdest song from this album is called Little Sister.
Okay.
Is anyone familiar with the song Little Sister? Okay,
Yeah.
applaud. It's okay.
I've listened to it this week. I can't say I know what you're talking about.
It's the weirdest fucking. I think that was when I was young. I was like, this is so weird. Because she's like, hey, little sister, I heard you went to Mr. Cilantro. Knock, knock, knocking on his door again last night. And I was like, what the fuck is this bitch singing about?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was not a hit, though.
No.
Unfortunately, that was not a bop.
Also, a thing I never realized listening to like probably only the singles is that half of the album or more is recorded live.
Wow, I never realized that.
Yeah.
Either.
Well,
Yeah.
and I
It has
didn't
a
know
very-
if it was authentically done because it sounds super clean, super clean, super clean. And then the end of the song, there's a bunch of people applauding like they're in a coffee house or something.
Yeah.
So I looked it up to be like, is that just added? Like,
Like when people add dog
studio
barks to like Sublime songs.
Yeah, yeah. They're in so many Sublime songs.
Dog barks are all over Sublime.
Yeah.
I wish those dogs were in the studio, though. That would have been great.
In Sublime, they probably were. Louis Dog. He gets referenced in, I think, at least a couple songs.
Oh,
Right?
man.
Well, I mean, you're not talking to a huge Sublime head. I don't know Louis Dog.
What I got, I believe the lyric goes, living with Louis Dog's the only way I stay sane. And that is the dog, I think, that we're all talking about right now.
Huh.
Yeah.
And that's the dog.
Yeah.
I will also say, listening to Near You Always again this morning, thinking about like, oh, what am I going to say about this song? I realized it does something that I, as an adult, really love just in music, which is when singers sound like they like are just living everything they're singing. You know, like they're almost in pain. Like the emotion coming out of them is so strong. And I feel like she really does that in Near You Always.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a feat that I think a Broadway performer would want to have, but it never sounds authentic on Broadway.
Yeah, it always feels
But a
forced
little
or
coffee
melodramatic
house
or whatever.
girl, she's always like, she's in pain when she's singing, you know?
Yeah. I feel like that was her appeal, kind of, right? When she came out, was like this super sincere sounding folk artist.
I don't think I was. I don't know what her appeal was because I wasn't at the age where because this came out in '94, so I told him I was only 4 years old. I just got it when I was 9, so I don't know. Like I don't think I truly lived the Jewel boom.
Right.
I just had like trickle down boom.
Right.
Trickle down Jewel economics.
Which we know works.
Nice.
I will say the Jewel Wikipedia is intense.
Okay.
Hit me with it.
But there's like, so like if you Google Jewel, there's like the Wikia, like so for like the Jewel fans.
Yeah.
So that's very in depth, but does not have a Jewel biography on it, which is weird. There's just no page there for it. But on Wikipedia, it's crazy. So I guess, yeah, she did record it in coffee shops in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool.
But I guess working up to that, because she's from Alaska, went down to San Diego, and then lived out of her car for like...
Yeah.
Okay, I remember hearing that.
Yeah.
I think she had it behind the music.
Ooh.
Like something like that. And
Okay.
so that's like her fun fact is that she lived out of a car and it's from
That's
Alaska.
her fun fact.
That's a fun fact.
Yeah, when it's like her first day of improv class, it's like, say your name, where you're from, and what's your fun fact. And Jules is that
Yeah.
like, I lived out of my car. Okay, so I do remember hearing that, but I also was loved the show Popular on the WB in high school, and they made a Jewel joke once, and that was on around the time that I was like, it was 9 or 10, and I was watching that show. And the joke was, did you guys hear Jewel didn't actually live out of her car? So I think in my mind, I've always thought that she lied about that because of that joke. And I actually don't know the answer. Was she lying about living out of her car? Was that like a hoax?
I don't know, but we can ask Jewel because she's here.
Oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jewel.
I have no idea, but I believe what I see on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh.
2018, man. I'd watch out.
I don't know.
That's never led anybody astray before.
Whoa.
Yeah. But so let's give us some context.
Okay.
Where were you around this time in your life?
Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
Woo. Someone from Dallas. Oh, yeah, you're from Texas.
Here we go.
Dallas, Texas. That's where I was in Dallas, Texas.
But so you're living there, hanging out.
Yeah, so there was 9 years old, found myself in Dallas.
Living out of a car.
Were you always a performer of sorts?
Ooh, this is a great question. No, I was a very quiet child at home. I was very quiet at home. And then I think probably around sixth grade really started being kind of out there at school, or just a little bit more extroverted at school. And then it became I'm quiet at home. And then when I am at school, I'm I'm very social. But just at home, I was a very quiet child. Again, I spent a lot of time alone. Mm-hmm. So I would, famously play Monopoly by myself. I would, because the board's got the 4 sides. So I'd set up other players and I'd play as them. So it was always imaginative because I was alone a lot. And I had a shit ton of stuffed animals and I'd always make them kiss, Mm-hmm. None of you were surprised that I like Jewel. After saying that, I had a bunch of stuffed animals. They made them kiss. Can you believe it? Jewel, it's crazy. So I guess that's the context of when I say I love my room. My room was my oasis.
Yeah.
And it's where I was just myself all the time. I just love being in my room, and I feel that signifies this is where you are yourself, which I realize is now hurtful since Jewel lived out of a car. And she never got that. This is a privilege that I have, and Jewel did not have. That's what I'm learning right now.
Was your family aware of how extroverted you were at school?
Yeah, I think they started to find out after parent teacher conferences. I think it was 6th grade, because I remember my mom being your teacher says you're really loud. And I was okay, I guess. So I think they started to catch on, but even now, over the past 5 years, I've started being a little bit more extroverted with my family. Mm-hmm. But even through high school, it's everyone was oh yeah, Chrissy's just quiet. But then I also did theater. Yeah. So they knew when they would see me do theater shows of whoa, all of a sudden she's talking a lot. But yeah. Always. And I don't know. I have I feel forever I've always compartmentalized parts of my life. I don't know if you guys do this. Even now, I'm very social at work, but after I get home from work, I usually don't want to hang out with people on weeknights. I don't want to see people. I live with my boyfriend now, and sometimes he comes home and I'm I'm just not in the mood to talk to anyone. I love you, but we just need to not talk tonight because I've been talking all day. So I very much compartmentalize parts of my life of I'm just very quiet now for the next 2 hours.
Do you need to sometimes shut him out of the room and have your room?
Well, this is a great question. Because I would love to have separate bedrooms. I would love that, because I think the thing I hate most about relationships is compromise, specifically with. Thank you. That sucks. It sucks, and we're all acting like it's this great sacrifice, and if you really love someone, you compromise things in your life, and I'm cool, yeah, I guess I do love him, but I also would not like to compromise anything about myself or what I like. Why are we acting like this is a great act of love? It sucks. Specifically with decorating, because I don't like the way my room is decorated. And he didn't even add anything to it, but I was so in my head of is he gonna this is his room now? Right. It's not just my room. I have to think about what he's gonna like in here. So it's not, my room right now is not truly my oasis, but my apartment in general, very much my oasis, I feel like.
That's good.
Yeah.
At least you have that, which is awesome to have, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I bet if you went all out in that bedroom decorating, he'd live with it and he'd be fine.
Oh, he would be fine. He's not an asshole. And when I say compromise, he would compromise on anything. He would literally let me do anything I want because he's the kindest person in the world. I know it fucking blows. I'm like, I'm a horrible monster, and he's so kind to like to strangers. He's so kind. Like he'll, I'm like, like people he's known for a week or like that he knew 5 years ago, he'll be like, oh, they're staying with us next week. And I'm like, go fuck yourself. Like, why is your friend staying with us? They can stay somewhere else. I get very angry. And he's like, we have an apartment. We have a couch. Why wouldn't they stay with us? I'm like, I don't know. So he's very nice. He would let me do anything.
That's
in that
you
room.
valuing your space, too. Like you don't necessarily want
my space.
Just people coming in and hanging out and doing whatever.
Yeah, it's true. I really don't like people in my apartment unless I'm hosting, which I do really like. I love hosting parties.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Were your parents big hosts?
No. Well, my parents are divorced, so
were either of them big hosts?
I think my mom likes to host now. She's very much like whenever we come over, there's always a candle burning. You know, it's always clear that she did a lot of cleaning that morning. There are snacks. She like sets them out. But growing up, I mean, I'm sure they hosted stuff, but I was never aware if they liked doing it because it was just like, are you guys getting divorced or what? What's going on here?
There's something else to be concerned with.
Yeah, there was other things on our mind than hosting parties, Evan.
Yeah, sorry.
That's the context of where I was.
Now, your older siblings, I know you said they were like 5 and 10 years older than you. Mm-hmm. Were you close to them? Are you close with them?
We're like close now. They all have kids now. And I'm an aunt. Isn't that cool?
Ooh.
Who here's an aunt?
I can't be.
A lot of ants in the crowd.
A lot of ants in the crowd. I have or aunt, however you want to say it. I actually demanded because my sister had her first kid when I was 14, so I was a very young aunt. And since I was little, I was doing a little bit. It was like, can they call me Aunt Christina? And she was like, no, my kids are going to have manners and they're not going to do bits. They're going to call you Aunt Chrissy. And I was like, okay, it seemed like they'd be a little bit classier if they called me Aunt Christina, though. But when I was younger, no. I mean, like, we hung out and stuff because we were siblings, but we were so far apart in age that we were never at the same school at the same time. Very much not.
Are they all still in Texas or?
Oh, no. How dare you? My sister lives in North Carolina now. She is married to a man in the Army, so they've moved around a lot. They have 5 kids.
Whoa.
Whoa is right. But they're all great. And then my brother still lives in Texas. He has 2 kids, and he lives outside of Dallas now.
Cool.
Every time I say Texas, we get a woo.
But it sounds like at least from your sister, right? Some stuff like music and stuff got handed down.
Oh, like so much of the culture I had growing up was like from my sister and my brother.
Yeah.
I remember one day, like, my brother came into my room when I was like 13 or 14, and he had all of these like comedy movies, and then he just went, watch these, and he walked out. And because I like to spend a lot of time alone in my room, I did watch them. I watched a lot of them. And then, my sister's music. My brother and sister are also big old 97s fans.
Oh, yeah.
You know that band? That is like very much their band. To the point where I feel like I can't be like, I love old 97s because it's like my brother and sister's thing. But I also really like old 97s.
Yeah.
They're really good.
That's cool.
They're like an alt country band.
Yeah.
If you're into that.
They're actually the subject of our first ever show.
Oh my God.
Josh Gondelman. If you ever engage Josh Gondelman.
Oh Oh, I didn't know
anywhere.
Gonzman liked
Yeah.
old 97s. Okay.
Yeah, so there you go.
Also going through your episodes to be like, what songs have people picked? I realized a lot of people picked Paramore songs, or like at least two people recently.
Yeah, two recent ones.
And because I was thinking of picking a Paramore song, and then again I was like, well, I'm very basic.
What would you have gone with? Do you know?
Well, recently I just like Fake Happy.
Yeah.
Recently is like such a good song.
That last album's super fun.
Last album is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I'm gonna go see them in Chicago.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's
nice.
on July 2nd. So if anyone wants to stalk me, you have a time and date of where I'll be.
Paramore, Chicago.
But where in
17.
Chicago? Who knows?
Who knows?
Just go to their website and you can find out.
To wander the streets of Chicago to look for Paramore.
Yeah.
Every time I say where I'm going, it's really just a test to see if anyone wants to stalk me. That's a
Don't do
horrible
it.
joke
Don't
because
do
I
it, though.
do not want that whatsoever. And that's a horrible thing to happen to anyone.
Yeah.
We'll just bleep out that whole section.
Cool. The whole section.
The whole
But don't bleep out your voices.
Yeah, no, of
Only
course.
bleep out what I said.
You've just been swearing so much.
I haven't swearing.
Even though we gave you permission. It's crazy.
I got a mouth like a sailor.
You asked before if you could swear, so
Yeah.
I feel like you're at least courteous, you know? Which is
Well,
great.
I asked after I swore.
Oh.
And also, you listen to enough podcasts and you listen to someone swear and go, oh my God, can I curse on your podcast? That it just becomes ingrained in you.
Yeah.
I feel like every podcast I listen to, everybody curses and then goes, I'm so sorry. Can I curse on here? And now I'm
Yeah.
that person.
You are.
Congratulations.
It's good to check. And I think that it's a gut reaction, right? People just like instinctually feel bad even though they know it's okay. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why we all feel bad about cursing. It's like
No.
compromise. Who gives a shit if you curse? They are just words. They are literally just. I mean, like the bad ones are bad, but like fuck is like not a bad word, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
I guess
good.
it is, but
Yeah, it's a good cathartic one to say.
everybody laughs when you hear a 5-year-old say fuck.
Yeah.
Everybody
Sure.
laughs at that, so we should just be embracing it.
Yeah. Let's all, on the count of 3, let's all just say fuck. Cool?
Okay.
You don't want to do it?
No, let's do it.
Everybody ready? We're going to do it. 1, 2, 3. Fuck! Yeah, felt good.
Sorry, am I allowed to swear on this?
Yes, Pat!
Oh my God. Well, I also, because I grew up very religious and I feel like that became like a religious thing of like, you can't curse if you're a Christian. And I'm like, why? What about that would I'm not religious now, but I remember thinking like, what about that would change my belief that Jesus died on the cross? Me saying fuck, that negates everything that I believe about Christ. The fact that I said shit.
Yeah. That's a load of shit. Right?
Whoa. Drum ka-ching after that one. Ba-doop-ba.
When I was a kid, I had a very skewed sense of what swear words were. And so I remember asking my mother if it was okay to say the word cool.
That's the most Pat thing I've ever heard in my
Yeah.
life.
So you all know everything about me now.
Yeah, I met you for the first time tonight. I'm like, that tracks.
I still don't know. Is it okay?
Yes.
It's okay to say
It's
cool.
cool to say cool. You can say it.
Did you guys get soap in your mouth when you cursed?
No.
I never did, but my brother did. He
Is it-
curses a lot.
Yeah.
He would get soap in his mouth, which that is like feels like child abuse.
It's gross.
That's like a chemical that shouldn't be in your
Yeah.
mouth.
Yeah.
It's like Christmas Story punishment.
Yeah, that's true.
My family, I guess, did the opposite of A Christmas Story, was gave my brother a BB gun, like the first time he asked for it. Specifically a Red
I
Ryder
thought you were
BB
going
gun.
to say he swore and they just were like, yeah, here you go.
No, but I mean, like, my brother saw that movie and the lesson he learned was, I want that BB gun. And he got it immediately.
First time he asked for it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
My dad won the leg lamp in a raffle a couple years ago. It was a mini one. But he still came home with that and then put it in the window. And I was like, we can't No, we can't be these people.
Dads are gonna dad.
Dads have to dad.
It's true.
Dads have to dad.
Dads have to dad.
I kept asking for Christmas. I remember asking for this stuffed animal called a doodle bear, where you could draw on it and then you throw it in the washing machine and all the drawing goes away and then you get to draw on it more.
Right.
And then you wash it and it's clean and then you draw on it more. And I asked for that for like 3 years in a row. And it like wasn't crazy expensive. They were getting me other gifts. They just refused to get me the one thing that like would have brought me so much joy. I finally got it, I think like 4 years later. And even as a child, I remember thinking like, why won't you just get this for me?
Did you love it?
Is privilege. Jewel lived in a car, you know?
Yeah.
Did I love the doodle bear? Yeah, I loved the doodle bear. You draw on it and then you wash it.
Yeah.
And then it's clean and you draw on it again.
And then
You wash it
yeah.
and then it's clean.
Whoa.
Sometimes you have to get more markers. But you never have to get a new bear because you can wash it. And
Chrissy,
it's clean.
thank you so much for joining us tonight. Everybody give it up, please, for Chrissy Shackelford.
Thank you. I'm rich and I fuck.
If you want to hear April K's cover of Near You Always, go over to repeater.show and stream it right now.
And you streamed it, or you're saving it for later. Either way, that's cool. We just hope you enjoy it. So let's head back to QED, where we have a couple more songs from April and a surprise appearance from the rest of Imanigold.
There's not usually ever an occasion for me to bring this up, but the first line in the song is actually about Dallas. This is like hyper relevant. I was born in a small Texas town. Made it to the coast by 23. Try to learn me if the world is round. Trying to know me, how come love is sweet? Tired and young, we ride on. Pack up our wild eyes. Neither we're saints or sinners. We ride on. Got me a nightclub job, singing love songs to grifters and lost boys and the few holy people in the seaside town all hang around the Greyhound stop. Tired and young, we ride on. Pack up our wild eyes. Neither we're saints or we're sinners. We ride on. We ride on. Mama, save my soul. kiss and a prayer and a big old heart to fill. Tired and young, we ride on like a far wild eyes. Neither we're saints or we're sinners. We ride on. We ride on. So I'm April K, as our wonderful podcast friends mentioned. Which, by the way, I was too busy taking a piss, but that was so funny. I really hope my lulz are louder than them talking, because I think they were. Yeah, that was fucking hilarious, and I'm so happy to be playing after that. This is my band. This is Imanigold. This is what I usually do, is play with this band. This is my sister Nikki. Don't mind her stains on her shirt. And this is Hillary, our soul sister. And what do I say? This is our song. We are actually we're almost done finishing the song to release it, and we all really like it, and we hope you like it too. And we hope that this motivates you to come see us. Us, not just me by myself, because it's not as really that. I mean, this is a lot better than that, in my opinion. City dry, he got me down. The night is too heavy for this shit. Feels so good beneath the dirt. It's warm, and we find comfort in sound. Oh, we find comfort in sound. Oh, we find comfort in sound. Sweat on our skin, achy bone shake, but I can take the pressure. All the digging was worth it. My chest is full, my hands won't settle there. We find comfort in sound. Oh, we find comfort in sound. Oh, we find comfort in sound. We
If you want all the latest Chrissy Shackelford news, check out ChrissyShack.com and follow her on Twitter at ChrissySH. You can also watch Wyatt Cenac's Problem Areas on HBO.
And if you want to keep up to date with April K, you can follow her on Instagram at LoveAprilK. Or if you're interested to hear more about Imanigold, you can go to their website, imanigold.com, or follow them on Instagram at LoveImanigold.
Well, it was pretty fun talking with Chrissy about growing up in Texas and what this song means to her.
Yeah, it was really exciting. I don't really know anything about growing up in Texas, so that was cool to know. It was also really cool that the rest of Imanigold joined April on stage.
Oh, yeah. It was a nice little surprise that we did not know was going to happen. May there be a wonderful surprise in your day today. Until next time, hit repeat.
Evan, keep your shirt near you always.
Never far away.
Repeater is hosted by Evan Ford Barden and Patrick Cartelli at QED in Astoria, Queens, a place to show and tell. Find out more at QEDAstoria.com. Our show is supported in part by Hi-Fi Records and Cafe in Astoria. Visit them from wherever you are at hi-fi-records.com. Editing by Stephen Garvey. Theme music by the Sun Lions. Everything else by Love Nest Productions. Welcome to Repeater.